you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments, doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors, they kinda tell me what I'm thinking. I fell in love with the way we are, and the way we lose it. There's something different about us, and the reason why we stay. We fly around like paper planes, we never know where we will fall. Nobody can see us, still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are. There's something different about us. 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 We're pulling cup after cup after cup. Yeah, it's just the way we do it. Anything just to block out the real life, real life. Yeah, we love in the way they think we're so messed up. Even if what we're doing is bad, there's so many emotions. Sharing stories that we never had, yeah, none is real. I think we're searching for reasons not to be like them. We fly around like paper planes, we never know where we will fall. Nobody can see us, still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are. There's something different about us. 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 There's something different about the way we are. There's something different about us. There's something different about the way we are. There's something different about us.
Colton Flag is excited. Him and Turtle will be pushing for our number one. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of TNT Footy. I'm Taz. Next to me, we've got Eggy and Moisty. How are you, boys?
Very well.
Yeah, good mate, yourself.
Good.
It was another good round of footy this week, boys.
It's a great round of footy.
There's a couple of cracking games. The Anzac Day fucking spectacular. Got the draw in the end of that. Left a lot of people salty, but I found it fantastic.
I thought it was great. I don't know, Eggy, you would have been a little bit disappointed by the outcome, I'd imagine.
Yes, I was a little bit disappointed. But I welcome Carlton Flaggers, an LD assassin.
Yeah, welcome.
Carlton, but Star Wars is here. Welcome.
Hey, Star Wars, welcome. Hey, just before we get into anything, boys, I've got something that really annoyed me before we got on the show, and it's nothing to do with you two. But the biggest lie in my life is the washing machine. Right?
What happened?
You put your clothes in. It says, yeah, I'll be done in hour and 32 minutes, right? I actually sat there and timed it when it had a minute left because I was trying to get it all done before we jumped on tonight. Do you know that minute went for 2.5 minutes?
Tazzy, I don't think normal people have a countdown clock on their washing machine. I've just got a little dial and you hit set and it's like,
mate,
what it goes.
You're living in the 1800s. There's no dials anymore.
You don't get a freaking message every time your washing goes off. You just walk away for an hour and you come back and it's done.
I get a notification on my phone and everything.
Yeah. Well, there. What are you even checking it for then?
Oh, it's because
your phone does it for you.
But yes, it is a big bugbear of mine. So just wanted to get that off my chest before we got into it.
Just before we start talking footy, like we're here.
That's right. That's right. Now, another big show tonight, boys. We've got obviously the round 7 results. We've got Moisty's minute. We've got your deep dive, Eggy. We've got the viewers' questions, and then going to go through some very interesting tipping results for the weekend.
Yes, very interesting.
So, because more hate towards North Melbourne. These guys are terrible.
You're turning into their number one most hated supporter.
No, that's it, mate. When they start putting players where they should be, I'll get off them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Welcome, Craig Jr. He just said, "G'day, boys. How are we?" Craig's boy is here. So welcome, Chipmunk man.
How are you, Chipmunk? Flaggers, welcome. Hey, if you haven't yet, guys, please make sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, follow, and especially this video. I know we've just started, but we'd love it if you would put a like on there. If you haven't subscribed yet, you're new to the channel, we'd love it if you'd subscribe as well. We're slowly building our viewer count, and we love interacting with every single one of you, so we really appreciate it.
And we're going on. Also, we've got our shop at myshopify.com. The links will be down below there. I suppose we better talk about it now. Tazzy's gone back through the results and he said without going over for the t-shirt giveaway.
Yes, that's exactly.
Everyone's gone miles too high. We're all about 3K over.
Absolutely. The closest was Carlton Flaggers, but unfortunately he was, 600 over. So pretty close. Pretty close.
Right. We're still going to give away a t-shirt, but not for that. We're going to get another competition going either later in the show or early next week to give away that t-shirt. And Taz cannot trick people this time and say without going over.
Hey, I think it was just fair.
Just fair. Just
Absolutely.
Throwing a curveball in there. I got all excited for Carlton Flaggers. T-shirt's coming your way, and then Taz has pulled me up on the rules.
So just for the record, the Anzac attendance was 93,644, and the closest, but did go over, was Carlton Flaggers with 94,223.
Yeah, we've all gone about 3K other than that, though. We all went miles too high.
I think because both teams are in such good form, I thought they were going to get much more of an attendance.
Yeah, but I think we always forget, though, like, you've got the fans that don't show up that are members.
Yep.
And they do get the option to sell their tickets and a little bit back on their membership. But if you don't check your emails, you don't know. They can't sell your tickets.
No.
That's true. That is true.
You get 1,000 or 2,000 people that pull out late minute as well. And you just get a few drop off every now and again.
Welcome, Stephen Brosnahan and George Speechley.
Oh, hey, getting everyone on here.
Absolutely. Love it. Hey, But stay tuned, guys, because we will have another competition in the near future. Could be a T-shirt plus a little something else that we've been discussing.
Working on.
Might give you a little bit extra.
All right, let's get into it. Who wants to kick us off tonight, boys?
Oh, we got the results, don't we? Now, this was a Wednesday night match, which didn't really suit me because I was in bed.
I loved it. I loved the 5 days of footy. I was like, bring more of it on.
No, I can't do it. Can't do it anymore. I'm up too early. I like sleep now, and I did watch till halftime, and I think the game wasn't really interesting.
Look, Melbourne started pretty slow. Tigers come out of the blocks like they did against the Eagles the week before, but then after halftime, Melbourne just put their foot down. I just want a quick shout out to Daniel Turner. It was his 4th or 5th game of AFL footy, was drafted as a defensive player, and he comes in as a forward and kicks 3 goals from 13 disposals.
Beautiful.
So not too bad. 22-year-old, maybe they found one there.
Found one in the forward line.
Yep. And Melbourne having Cozzy Pickett back. He's such an X-factor player for them. They really need him. He just needs to
found the park where getting suspended or
That's right. That's exactly
stupid
right.
little things.
But it runs in the name. Marlon Pickett.
Yeah.
Is
the
he
Pickett name, you reckon?
Absolutely. When you look at Byron Pickett, he was a bit of a thug.
Yep.
There was a Pickett that played for Carlton for a brief stint. He wasn't really that great of a character.
I was just throwing all the Pickets under the bus. We're going to have any Pickets of drivers. We're going to have World War III on us.
Well, what about Marlon Pickett? He's obviously what he did over in Western Australia off the field, but on the field.
We don't talk about off field here. Yeah, that's
still a court case.
What he allegedly did.
Yes.
But then you've also got what he did to Oliver on last Wednesday as well.
Yeah, but then that just happens naturally in the heat of battle. Look at Hogan. Hogan got off for his.
He did.
The game after that, we had probably the game of the season so far, I think. I know it was a bit of a flat end, but if you didn't go for any of these teams, you were on the edge of your seat the whole time. I suppose you were if you did go for the teams. It was a bit of a lull, but I thought it was a great ending and a fitting ending to an Anzac Day match.
Cracking game.
It was a cracking game.
Hey, you were there, John. Talk us through it.
Oh, yeah, I was there. But by the end of it, I was in quite a state, I think. few years down, that's for sure. But yeah, I felt like it was like great. Like Jamie Elliott's mark was great. Like the setup is like the build up for it's awesome. It's amazing. But yeah, the game come down like just a few moments. Like in that last quarter, I think Myercheck missed 2 shots on goal. I think Steele side bottom kick went out on the fill. Langdon missed that one to win them the game.
Yep.
Yeah, so Langdon, had that shot late.
Like Langford boys,
Langford, Langford, that's what I meant to say. Then Elliott dropping that mark on the boundary line, that could have sealed it as well. He's a pretty good kick of the footy.
That was I think that was 2 metres out there. Yeah.
And just got catch up on Chat Turtle here. How do we have a winner for the tipping when it was a draw? My opinion should be a pass. I'm going to bring that up later, so we'll talk about that later, Turtle, when we get into the tipping.
Egi, what was the feeling at the final siren?
Like, it was a bit numb because I was surrounded by Essendon supporters, so I was getting really up and about, like when Lockie Shields kicked that goal, and then when Cole Langford missed it, and then when Myercheck took a couple of those marks and got the free or whatever, and yeah. But then when he sort of put me in my place when he missed them, I was like, ah. But yeah, it just felt numb. Like I felt like you wanted a winner, but I think Craig McRae came out and said like it's just like a fitting finish. Shouldn't play on.
Yeah, I don't think they should play on during the season. I heard a reason behind this, which I thought was brilliant. I can't remember who said it, but the last minute of our game, you throw everything on the line to win. If it was going to be a draw, so say that's a draw and there's 2 minutes left, you guys would play kick to kick because extra time was coming. If there was 30 seconds left, no one had attacked. Yep. In our game, it gets real attacking in the last minute and a half, and you get those blockbusters, clashes come right down to the wire, all attack. That wouldn't happen if we had extra time. They just play keepings off so they didn't lose the game, and then they'll play an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah. What about 5 minute? Well, 1 5 minute quarter, then another quarter that just has no end time or is golden goal. What about something like that?
That's the same though. Then the last minute and a half that makes our game great. How many games have come down to the wire and it's electric?
And when,
But if you watch in the NFL, if they can sneak up the ground and get a field goal for the chance to play overtime, they won't take that last play. They won't go for the win. They'll just kick that and do it in overtime, and that'll take something away for our game, I reckon.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can probably leave. When you think about it, like they both teams had their chance. If they don't get there and it comes to draw, they should go back to the drawing board and see how they could have done those different.
So
Yeah,
lots
exactly
of
right.
Well, what about you guys in chat? Do you think the draw is fair enough for during the season, or do you think that there should be some extra time or a golden goal or something like that? It's definitely been a topic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
While we're waiting for that, let's talk about the pantsing that GWS gave Brisbane.
Yes, yeah, it was very impressive late GWS.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Tom
last
Green back to his
quarter,
brutal best.
yeah, that last quarter was probably the best quarter of football I've seen a team play this year.
And without Toby Green.
Yeah, I've probably three of the best players. Sam Taylor and Steve Coniglio.
Yep.
And then
Yeah,
they
they had a
almost
few out,
missed
but-
out Jesse Hogan as well, but yeah, luckily.
But they bat that deep now, though. GWS, they bat
Yeah.
that deep, but it's scary. The kids they've got waiting to come into that side as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Their forward line functions really well, and the delivery into the forwards is outstanding. They do not do this kick long to a contest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have leading lanes for their forwards. They've gelled so well that there's always space for them to lead into.
And they've got those kickers coming forward that they will hit those targets. Even if it's
Yes.
a pocket of space, you've got Whitfield and Kelly and Tom Green and all that can hit a target pinpoint.
Yeah. How good's Whitfield having his season so far?
He's been good this season.
He
Now,
has been
just to catch
outstanding.
up on chat, Ross has agreed with Moisty. Yes, in season's fine, but finals extra time. Turtle's gone same rules for season and finals, end of story. We stay the same way the game's umpire. We would be hypocrites if we agreed to 2 sets of game rules for season. No drawing home and away. It creates more suspense coming to race for finals at the end. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, on the latter side of things.
Yeah.
It's definitely an interesting topic, and because it's been a draw for, beginning of the competition, it would definitely add a different layer
Do
to it.
you think it would change the game though? So what I'm saying is,
I do,
teams
yeah.
are all drawed. Someone's just kicked a point. Now they've got to kick in. They've got 30 seconds to get the other end of the ground. Are they going to attack that, or are they just going to chip, and take the draw into extra time? It's going to ruin the last 30 to a minute of the game.
I think it would depend on if the point has come against the flow of momentum or whether it's come with momentum. If they've got a lucky point and they haven't had the momentum for the last 2-3 minutes and the team kicking out has momentum, I reckon they would go for it.
The shape of the ball, though, you miss kick a ball and give it to someone on the 45, they've just got to kick a point to win. No coach is going to allow you to take that on if these rules show. No coach in the AFL will get dropped next week if you take that on.
That is true. Speaking of which, Sam Mitchell, we'll bring that up later, but he was furious today at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah. All right, then we're
Doc.
next game. So that was pretty terrible game, pretty ordinary by Brisbane. I think they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not in the window anymore, I don't think, guys.
No, the next game was Port Adelaide St Kilda. Now,
G'day,
this
Doc.
is a cracking game late. G'day, Doc.
It was, but it was very. I don't know. I fell asleep during it.
It was over umpired. I think that might be St Kilda's play that put you to sleep because of the defensive
Yeah,
nature.
I know.
Do you think St Kilda could do what they're doing in the last quarters sooner? Because they did the same thing against GWS.
They look good, and we harp on about this every week. They look good when they attack.
Yeah.
They look good when they want to go quick, but they hold the play and they get 30 or 40 points down, and then they do it. They should just start doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think they hit the front mid third quarter at some stage, and then Port just kicked away, and then they started.
But they went
to
back
really...
to defensive.
Yeah.
So they hit the front, went to defense, lost the lead, and then come back again late in the last.
You just can't do that
No.
at all.
But that's the way Roseline coaches. He's all defense. Whereas we've seen these sparks of how good of a running team St Kilda is when they just get the ball and go. But they just seem to not want to do that.
Yeah, and it's because of the way he coaches.
Yep.
But there's a couple of or a few really frustrating teams in the competition at the moment that if I was a supporter of them, I would be pulling my beard hair out because obviously I have a hair. So
what style would you prefer? Because Clarko has got North playing full out attack, no defense.
Yep.
And St Kilda's playing defense first, attack when optional. Which game style is better at the moment?
For a general footy supporter, I love the entertainment of, say, the Carlton Geelong game, where it's all out attack, both teams.
Just shootout.
Just a shootout. However, being a supporter, you want your team to play what is
Going
best
to win them games.
and is going to win a game.
Yeah.
But next game, probably won't talk about this one too much. North just are they they've got to be one of the worst teams of the last 25 years. I'm starting
coming on Moisty's minute saying, are they the worst team we've seen in history? That's
it's
as
just,
far as I'm getting to there.
Yeah, well,
I understand they're young, but I don't know. I don't know if Clarko's the man because he's got players playing out of position, trying to invent new players into new positions instead of training the kids where he wants them to eventually play.
Yep.
He's got them, I don't know, sort of covering some. I don't understand it. I really don't.
It's tough. Looking at the Adelaide Crows side though,
they looked very good.
They did. Coming out of the middle, they got Rankin running through there, which is, I think he needs to be a midfielder who goes forward.
I don't think he has a tank to be a midfielder.
I think he will though. He will. The last probably 2 to 3 weeks, he's been playing predominantly mid, rotating forward. And Rochelle, I think it was Rochelle who had the ball out on the wing, half forward, outside 50. The North Melbourne players coming at him, and he's actually handballed the ball through the North player's legs, ran around him, picked the ball up, and then delivered it straight onto his teammate's chest.
Yeah,
he's
a great kick, Rochelle. Great kick too.
Absolutely. And then you had Rankin do sold the candy shop basically, and then kicked a goal, which was, again, fantastic in the forward pocket. But they just used it as a training drill.
Yeah, which most teams do against North Melbourne this season now.
Absolutely.
But a lot of it's their skill issues too, I think, with North. But we'll go on about that later.
It really was. North were fumbly. They were missing targets. They were doing a lot of things. I did like the first gamer. Can't remember what his name was in the
Hardman.
back line. Did a couple of silly mistakes, but he was far from their worst. He actually had quite a good game.
Yeah. All right, we'll get on to the next game because that game we can spend hours talking about that one.
Just depresses you.
Yeah. Oh, no, not really. I was out fishing during that game. We were watching on the boat. Geelong Carlton. Now, this was a cracker of a game.
It was a cracker of a game.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, absolutely fantastic. Probably shows the Pussycats are the real deal, eh?
Yeah, I think. I think Carlton's their goal kicking wasn't great early, and it sort of come good towards the end.
The Cats sort of went the other way. They were a lead early and then dropped away with their goal kicking, so it sort of evened up. Cats had more shots. They had better run. It's the running Cats that won the flag 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Carlton had more shots.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 30 to 28.
Only by 2.
Yeah.
Only by 2, but Jeremy Cameron always dominates Carlton every year. Every year. We just don't have anyone that can run with him. The most likely that can run with Jeremy Cameron will be Mitch McGovern in the athletic side of things. But question for you, Jeremy Cameron, is he the best forward in the league? I think so.
Right now?
Yep.
No. You
don't think so? The way he...
Do you want me to answer this properly? He's not a forward. He should be playing wing.
Yeah, fair.
His role he plays is not a forward. A forward, you've got Curnow and Hogan, which is the link-out forward. He couldn't play that role if they didn't have Hawkins down there in that forward line.
You don't think he could play stay-at-home forward?
He probably could, but he wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
So he's good getting to the ball and then running back and losing in traffic, finding space. He's not a genuine forward target.
Yeah.
And they can only play him like that because you have Hawkins in the forward line that can get that bailout kick if they need. And now you've got DeConey, I think, was playing down there too.
But, Sam DeConing? No, Ollie
Yeah.
Henry.
Ollie Henry, that's it.
Ollie Henry, yeah. He looks good too. I really like what he's doing as the third tall. He's getting that third tall defender and really making them work. Geelong just played better. Carlton, obviously, I'm not using it as an excuse, obviously have some big injuries to their starting 2022. 2022. They're starting.
But they had those injuries against GWS the week before.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely they did. Absolutely they did. There was one decision from an umpire where I was a little bit.
Was it is it the 50-meter call that the chat's talking about? Turtles put worst 50 meters of all time against Harry, and Star Wars has also put it was a weird call.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was. So basically, I think it was a mark or a free kick against either Harry Mackay or Cripps. Anyway, Cripps stood where the free kick happened, and then Harry Mackay sort of stood back a bit and across. And then as soon as he realised that Cripps was on the mark, he started running away. But the umpire,
if the umpire's called stands, you can't. Doesn't matter if you've got two on the mark. If he's called
apparently,
stands,
I don't think you can have two on the mark, and I think that was what the issue was.
You're not supposed to be able to have two on the mark, but if he calls stand, anyone in that protected zone has to stand.
Right. Okay. That would explain. But
yeah, they did tweak that rule a little bit because it was to stop the tackles from behind or the blocking. So if he links that way or goes to run that way, you're there, you can just go. Because technically you don't have to stand, but now they've called it those two both have to stand, can't get out of there.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And that's a
commentators
last year. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if the AFL come out and give a bit more of a story on it. And before we move on to the next game, Michael Voss, I don't know if anyone saw his post-match press conference, but I saw a snippet of it and he was pissed. He said, we did not play up to the expectations that we have set for each other and ourselves. I've never seen him as angry as that with a loss.
I think they did, but the thing is, it's the scoring woes now.
Yeah. Well,
they kick 20 goals, 10. You win by 5 goals.
Yeah, correct. And Harry Mackay had the yips last year. He's kicking beautifully, but now the team's got the yips. So,
but the positive you can take from that is you've had 30 scores.
Yes.
Not many teams get 30 scores in a game of football.
I think we've kicked over 100 every week, but we'll definitely move on because we don't want to spend too long.
I've got one more thing too. The back line really let you down too because Geelong were going at 1 in 2 entries, kicking a goal every second entry.
Yeah, we definitely missed Sard and McGovern in that regard.
In a bit of woes, yeah.
Yeah. Zach Guthrie really stood up for Geelong in the Stewart role, though. He played a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Really. And good to see Cam Guthrie back. All right, moving on. Fremantle and the Bulldogs.
Actually, I think this was the one I fell asleep on.
I was going to say the Port Adelaide St Kilda one was pretty good late, but
this last 10 minutes was pretty. But yeah.
Yeah, the Freo Bulldogs, it was just Freo looked good, Bulldogs did in patches and then fell away in patches, and I don't know how this Freo last week played that bad against West Coast and come out and did this against Dogs.
I don't think West Coast are as bad as what they were last year.
No, definitely not, and we'll talk about them in the next game because I've got a thing about them as well. But yeah, Freo, they looked ordinary against West Coast, but they looked electric against the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
There's too many teams in the competition that hit one week, miss the next.
Well, both of these teams, Fremantle and Bulldogs, were the two that I was sort of referring to when talking about St Kilda before.
Yeah,
they're the most frustrating teams right now in the league because you just don't know what you're going to get.
Because the gap between good and bad is too big.
Yeah.
Not as if it's like
there's like four that are, or maybe 5 on top. Was it GWS, Melbourne, Geelong,
St Kilda, Sydney and Carlton.
In Carlton, yeah. And then there's a few floating around the middle. You got like the Freo and the
Bulldogs, St Kilda,
and they're sort of
Gold Coast,
yeah.
who all can win some and can't win any, and
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
West
you kind
Coast
of-
is starting to become one of them. They're starting to look pretty good even without Harley.
that's what I'm about to tap on in the next
Yeah.
game. So
Yeah,
Oh,
are you
just
going to catch
sorry.
up on chat? You going to catch up on chat?
I was going to,
Yeah,
yeah.
go
Do
for
you
it.
want to go? All right. So, we've got here. Where are we up to? So, Carlton Flaggers. What about the deliberate non-call I'm talking about? Oh, I don't recall that one. I'm sorry. Turtles got, but Harry was behind the mark.
I think Todd clarified why that was.
Yep, beautiful. Flaggers was press conference. The press conference was honest. Yes, what I saw it really was. Flaggers, the back line was shit apart from Wiedering. Wiedering is just a superstar, mate. And Docs put snooze fest this game, talking about the Freo
Yeah.
Bulldog. That is
Yeah.
why Egi fell asleep.
it was electric late. Fremantle were electric late.
Too
But
late.
there's not much, yeah. I think Bulldogs have got some inner woes about keeping some players and that, but I think a lot are going to walk out of that club. But it was a pretty average game, I think.
It's good to see McRae back playing midfield.
Yeah, he's one of the ones that'll be walking out, I believe.
But what's going to happen when Libba comes back?
Yeah, Libba comes back. Then you've got Bailey. What's the young kid's name?
Who do you
AFL.
follow? Chipmunk. I'd be interested to know if you follow Dogs with your dad.
All right, we'll get on to this. Oh, sorry, Eggy, you
So
go.
I actually noted Cody Waitman's a bit of an artist. I noticed a few of his stuff today. I thought, yeah.
He's probably ruled out for the next 12. I think they're going to get that operated on that elbow.
Yeah,
They don't
landed
think
on
he can
it.
get through Yeah, I've seen it live. It wasn't healthy, but they said they were going to operate because they don't think he can get through the season.
Big loss.
Yeah. Well, then we got the game that I
Gold
thought
Coast
was
versus
going to
West
be
Coast.
okay. Gold Coast, West Coast. But
I
this
think
is where
I think it was till about the third quarter, wasn't it? I was up
Yeah.
looking at the scores, but yeah, I was out shopping for a new washing machine.
and
One that'll count down for us.
That's
this-
twice
this
we've
is
mentioned
the one
washing
that
machines.
counts, yeah. Well, this is the one that I was going to say, and we'll talk about this more in Moisty's minute. But Harley Reid, they got dominated in that middle because Rao, Miller, and Anderson were just too strong, pushing away. Then you've got your bull that you send home for a week.
Yeah.
Maybe they were worried about him going up against.
But that's better experience, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah,
I've heard a couple of things for it. Are they sending him home to keep him happy to try and re-sign him, or is he coming home so he can meet with other clubs?
I don't think he's coming home to meet with other clubs. He's 3 years on a contract. You're not going to meet 3 years out. Like he's got 2 ACLs. He could
Horn
do
Francis did.
tap. But he's not coming home to meet. I think he's come home to see family. He
Yep.
had a week off.
I feel like
Just
they're
agree, but
keeping him happy.
yeah.
Yep.
But that being said, they could have won this game.
It was
Reid
early in
that
the
side.
I think it was early in the third when Suns started kicking away.
They had
Eagles-
7
Eagles
centre
kicked-
clearances or something.
But they also kicked 12 goals 3. That's insanely accurate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
But in that third, when the Suns got on, I think they kicked 7 or 8 in a row. It was all out the guts.
Yeah.
Out of the clearances, and you get that bigger body in there. Like I'm not saying he would have won them the game, but they also had a bit of trouble while he was forward. So I don't know. It was a strange move for me leaving him out of the team this week.
Well, Elliot Yeo had 8 clearances, but then you've got Noah Anderson 12, Jared Witts 10, Matt Rao 9. That's the other thing. I don't think the Eagles actually have a ruckman who's any good.
No,
Not at
that's
all.
another thing. And they said that Witty was just tapping down, but then
46
there's a
years.
difference. There's a difference between tapping down to Rao when he's got a little thin bloke on him, and Rao when he'd have Reid on him who could push back.
True.
And Rao still might have got those clearances in Anderson, but with the bigger body, would have been harder, not as clean clearances. So I don't know. It was a strange decision for me because that midfield at Gold Coast is elite.
Well, I read today that Matt Rao is actually the number 1 ranked midfielder in the competition for not just clearances, but for tackles and 1%ers.
Tackles,
pressure
1%,
racks.
others, press racks. I do know
He
that.
had
I think he had
13 today.
12 or something, 13, did he?
Yeah.
13
Yeah.
tackles today.
But I do want to touch on West Coast. Jake Waterman. Hasn't he
Oh,
had a fantastic few weeks?
Couple of weeks, he's come on, hasn't he? I think he got another 3 or 4 today.
For today, yeah.
for today. Yep.
It reminds me of
5 in
Fraser
the
Gehrig.
derby. Fraser Gehrig, yeah, he's got
Yep.
a bit of Fraser Gehrig look about him.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, that was a cracking game though. Eagles had a chance again, and I think they're going to upset a lot of teams on the run home.
I think so. I think they've got that confidence now. They've got a bit of swagger about them, and they know that they can really push
And I think
teams.
they've done what I thought North Melbourne was going to do: come out and have a few wins early, and then get a bit of confidence going. But I think they've done that, and now young kids, when they get a bit of swagger, they're hard to stop.
Yeah, I thought Hawks were going to do that. So we'll move on to them now because that's a good transition. But I actually thought Hawks were going to come out and upset a few teams early and really step into that next level of their development. But they've looked so bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
Swans
past few weeks.
looked good today. Swans looked very good.
This was Buddy's goodbye match. He was live there at halftime, saying goodbye to.
Yeah, he came out.
Yeah. Wife actually wanted to go to the game. We were thinking about. Time got away from us.
Yeah, no, he come out on halftime, said goodbye to the Hawks fans, and obviously the Sydney players. He went and had a chat to them as well. But it was good to see a farewell game in MCG for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Swan, you're right though, Moisty. Swans are absolutely tearing it up at the moment.
They've
Where are
probably
they
got
on the ladder? Second now.
second. They've probably got the best, but they've got the best percent. I know
They
they've got
do.
the best percent, but they've probably got the best midfield forward at the moment.
Yep.
And probably leading the Bromo. Heaney. Oh yeah, Heaney.
We'll touch on him soon. Don't go
We'll
too
touch
far.
on him. All right, we won't go too much. All right.
But
But that game I watched. Sorry?
I love how we start to talk about something. We're like, no, stop. We got that coming up.
Coming up later. But yeah, Hawthorn Sydney, that was a bit of a landslide. Sydney looked good. Look, their entry into the forward line, Goulden out on that wing, Warner, all look fantastic. They're going to be tough to beat this year, I think.
Is Mitchell in trouble?
Mitchell. Oh, Coach Wise?
Mm.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't put him high on my coaches in trouble list.
What do you think, chat? Yes or no? Is Mitchell in trouble? Don't want any other comments. Just a yes or no. Be interesting to see.
While in chat, Fat Controller Music. Glad you're enjoying the show.
Hey, Fat Controller, welcome, mate. Good to see you in chat. If you haven't yet, guys, check out Fat Controller's music. Is actually really, really good.
Really good.
Stuff. So thanks for tuning in, mate.
After the
show. Sydney GWS next week, boys.
That's going to be a big game, isn't it? The Battle of the Bridge is going to be huge.
Plus Collingwood versus Carlton. I think it's all really set up to see if Collingwood is back or not.
Yep.
Yeah,
keen for that. Absolutely keen. So we've got a few no's here. So Mitchell.
I think Mitchell's safe for another year.
Yep. Which is all right.
He's in a rebuilding side as well. Look when the game plan works, look what they did to North Melbourne.
Yeah, that is true. That's very true. All right. That's the round review, boys. Got through that pretty good. 4 minutes past what we normally do. But I think that was a pretty insightful.
We got a bit overboard with a few of the teams, didn't we?
That's what we normally do with the close games or, clubs that are struggling and whatnot. No, that's okay. That's okay. But we'll Moisty's Minute.
Moisty's Minute, we're up.
Now we know the deal. As soon as I flick it over, we'll get a 10-second intro, and you got 30 seconds to explain what we're doing, and then we're
10
off.
minutes.
All right.
10 seconds. All right, let's kick it off there.
Oh, that's about 10 seconds. All right. So we've got Moisty's Minute. We'll get a minute on the clock, please, and we'll get going. All right. So, boys, this first one. Are young players being rested after a few games too often? Do you agree?
Yes.
We're talking about Francis and Warlaw both playing 3 or 4 games and having a spell.
Yes.
I'm going to say no.
No and yes. Are suspensions getting out of control this season?
Yes, I think for 2 reasons, but we'll touch on that later.
Yep.
Is the new style of footy just too demanding on bodies? What I mean is all the injuries we're getting.
Yes.
Cats, are they the new flag favourites?
No.
No.
And is there light at the end of North's tunnel?
I do think so, yeah.
All right, now we've got a bit of a different one. I'm going to get your updated top 4, boys. I want you to give me a top 4. Give me mine first. We've got Geelong, Sydney, GWS, and Carlton rounding out my top 4. Who you boys got in there now?
I can't disagree with that. I'm pretty happy with
As the line?
Yeah.
Yeah, Geelong, Sydney, GWS, Carlton. Yeah, I actually think top 4 as well.
That's the ones I reckon they've put a break on the rest of it. Well, that's Moisey's minute. We're going a bit quick, short and sweet.
That's all right.
You disagree with me on the top 4, but no, we'll just go and bang. That's where we're at.
Well, we got 15 seconds. What was the second question that I was? Oh, the
suspension's getting out of control.
Yeah, I think it's both ways. Some players are getting off when they shouldn't, and some players are actually getting suspended when they shouldn't.
I think it's getting bad because we're worrying about injuries now, but now we're having top players. So when you were a young kid, my favourite player might have been Patrick Cripps. Now, if he get rubbed out for going for a mark, and you've saved money to go to next week's game, you can't see him because he's going for a mark contest. I reckon it's costing young kids chances to see the stars just for stuff that it shouldn't be.
Even them a Brownlow, you're like,
yeah.
Toby, I don't know, Toby can afford as well. I'm not sure, but like it rules him out now for the rest of the season. So like, does he go as hard?
Well, that's it. It's the big topic now, isn't it? Because of the marking contest, getting people rubbed out. I don't know.
And I think with also when you ask about young players being rested. And then you also asked the question about the AFL riggers, causing injuries. I actually think you can link those two up as well. I think being a young player coming into you're not fully developed as a player coming in as an 18, 19-year-old, playing against hardened bodies that, they've been in the system for 5-6 years. I actually don't mind the fact that they rest them at times.
And this will go back to what we were talking about Harley Reid before too. Their plan at the start of the season, now I've heard this, is to give him 3 breaks. So if they give him a break now, they bring him a break and buy, and then about round 18. So I don't think it was contract talks he's come back for. I think he just come back, he had a week off. I'll go home, see the family.
Yep.
And come back.
Because they also didn't have a bye either, early rounds.
Oh, well, yeah, did round 0.
No, but like after they started, do you know what I mean? After they started playing, but it's great questions though, Moisey.
Yeah, it was a bit of a speed round. I thought you guys have changed your mind on the top 4, but no, we've just delivered my top 4.
Well, we didn't have Geelong in there. I don't think. I felt like I had like Brisbane and Collingwood in there, but yeah.
No, I didn't have Geelong either, but that was my 4. I got Geelong finishing on top now. Sydney, GWS, and Carlton.
So before we jump into one of our favourite segments, the comment on Instagram, should we look at bringing that up now, Egi? Are you prepared for that?
I'm prepared.
So scrolling through Instagram, I can't remember if it was last night or today, or I think it was last night, and saw a comment from someone, and I'll actually go back and I'll share the post to our story later on after the show. And I would love anyone that's on Instagram to go under there and tell the people that you saw this comment on our show, because I did state that we're going to bring it up on our show, and they're not a viewer, they're not a follower.
Oh, I might have got the wrong picture up then.
Wrong picture.
No, I think that's the one.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, I just changed it. It's all right. We're good to go.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
All right.
Excuse me. So, if Carlton win the flag, this Instagram user has said that they're going to give everyone on the planet $1 million. Obviously, we know that's not going to happen. However, I would love to bring this up. If Carlton do happen to win the flag later in the season, and we all jump back and give them, a bit of banter. Oh, yeah, it'd be good fun.
Get back in there. We'll go back to that other photo I was just brought to. The last time there was a draw was 1995 in the Anzac Day clash, and Carlton won the premiership that year. So
against Geelong.
Against Geelong, so it could be a bit of hoodoo in the works here.
Could be.
And that was a cracking game as well. So who knows? Who knows? All right.
Oh, time for my favourite segment of the
All
week. We've got Eggy's deep dive coming in. He's not a big fan of this one, but we've got Eggy coming in.
I like this segment, you jerks.
As you might see was behind me, there's a little bit of info up for you, but Last week we dove into the quality of the young kids coming through, and we spoke about Harry Sheasel, and it reminded me of nationalities, with him being the first Jewish person to come into the comp. Also made me think of the Richmond Maikelti Lefu, the New Zealand-born Samoan heritage from his father's side, also playing for out there at Richmond. Let's dive into the international AFL players. We're all well-known ones like Mason Cox from the USA, Zach Tui from Ireland, Kenyon's Alir and Sudan's Marbio Chol, but let's dive deep into the current players and from the past. So getting up the list, you can probably see behind me, but yeah, we've got Alir from Kenya, we've got in Port Adelaide, we've got Louis Butler from New Zealand for the Western Bulldogs, Marbio Chol for Hawthorn from South Sudan, as we know, Mason Cox, Aidan Core from United Kingdom. There's a few out from Ireland, which we thought there might be, like Connor Nash, Zach Tui, and Mark King.
Yeah, well, they've got their cup over there too, don't they?
Zach Tui.
Well, one I didn't know, I didn't realise that Ryan Marshall was born in New Zealand, and Oleg Markov from Belarus, Ethiopian. I might butcher this name. I'm sorry, Changkuth Jayath.
Oh yes, that was not a bad effort.
Yeah,
CJ,
that's not a bad,
yeah, from Hawthorn.
That's a lot more international than I knew.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. And then you can scroll down. I don't know. Adam Uze was Albanian.
Oh wow.
The Richmond coach.
Yep.
But yeah, we've had like Austrian, Barbados, Brazilian, Canadian, Chile, China, Cook Islands, like Carmichael Hunt.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, that's weird because I hear this all the like Cox talking about they've made a league over in USA,
America.
and then you hear about the Japan League, and there's an Ireland play their own brand of it.
Well, they have a world.
Football.
They have a world sort of cup here in Melbourne for AFL rules.
Yeah, the under 18s World Cup and the under 25s,
even adults.
I think it is. Yeah,
it
gets you thinking too because you always just think it's an Australian sport. You don't think they played anywhere else. But
do you know what we should do? When that tournament comes back to Australia, we should go to a game.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go watch it. I'll come with you. We'll just go to the whole tournament. We'll take a week off and we'll go watch because I think it's over 1 week. It's not as if it's weekly. Yeah. I think it's a carnival. So they come over for a week.
Sorry, Egi, we sort of jumped in there.
Hi, Jack. His minute.
I just thought I'd scroll through the list and have it come up behind us. If anyone that's interested, is all the nationalities that come.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, I was quite surprised at Henry. I was quite surprised by how many Croatians that when I thought like Alan Didak, Jason Ackermanis, Brody Myerchek.
Where's Acker from?
I think he's got a Croatian father, so I think yep. I think a lot of these are.
That's really cool. Really,
that's cool. Isn't it? You don't think about that, do you?
No, because I was actually looking into a bit of the high school, like the private school leagues and that, some of their TikToks and that. I think it's like baseline. A lot of it actually, it's actually quite entertaining. And Melbourne and that, and then I see like some Chinese players, and then also they're actually pretty good. Might touch on that a few other episodes.
Well, yeah, you got Ling John and those players as well.
Yep.
But fantastic, Egi. That was a great segment.
Oh, just before we move on, that was a great one, Egi, but we'll just catch up on the thing. I called it in October last year. Give me the money. I think that's about the flag. I'll even take the Blues winning a flag if I get 1 million from Fat Control Music. So he's happy if they win. Stephen, no one beats Jim Stiles as the best international. Yeah, he's from Ireland. And then Brossard, there's a tournament in the USA. You can enter a side for a weekend.
Oh, I know
Fox
they
is
got
an ambassador for it. Has 30 teams last year.
Yeah,
that's
very exciting, isn't it?
He's done a lot for the sport over in America, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, he can. Yeah, because man of money. Well, he's on decent money, but like, you're not into basketball or NFL and that. Like, you can still make a.
Yeah, it makes the money coming over here.
And imagine how much the AFL are paying him to promote it over there as well. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be a separate contract. So, huge. Absolutely huge. But, Egi, great deep dive, mate.
All right, yeah, thanks for the deep dive there. Now we've got the next favourite segment, the viewer questions with Tazzy.
Let's be honest, all of the segments are favourites for us.
They're all number one.
We're a bit biased.
Saps, lads, sorry for the late tune-in. Got a question for you, lads, chat.
Ooh.
For you, lads, and chat. Oh
no, Calzo, I don't think you should have the surgery, mate. I love you just the way you are.
Just keep it the same. Just shoot it in there, Kelzo, and we'll bring it up, and then everyone can give you an answer.
Oh, goodness.
But, Tazzy, back to you, mate.
Yeah, sorry. Yes. All right. So viewer questions. So we're getting more and more of these every week. And it's fantastic. So please keep them coming through. If you want to submit a viewer question, we normally put a post up on our Instagram and Facebook stories roughly on a Saturday afternoonish, sometimes morning. Otherwise, you can actually just direct message TNT Footy on Facebook or Instagram, and we'll put it in to see if we can bring it up on the show.
Do you want to take that first question there, Tazzy? He's just put that in chat.
Oh, Kelzo? Yeah, good timing, Kelzo. Do you think it should be mandatory for teams to have Anzac Day jersey? Yes. Yes, I do.
I think a lot of them do. I know that has an emblem. And
but it was North Melbourne and... Sorry, go Egi.
I'd just like to thank any service people that might be tuning in for your service as well.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Absolutely. I definitely think that they should, because it just shows respect.
I think it was a couple of teams. North Melbourne didn't. I think they had the Anzac Day logo, but I think what he's talking about is a whole different jersey.
Yeah.
I think
like the Essendon and the Collingwood do.
Well, I think there was a few teams over the round, and Carlton was one of them, that did not even have the little Anzac symbol on their jumpers. And I don't really like that.
No.
I think they should at least have that.
But maybe it might be because was it more focused for the home team? I know. I'm pretty sure. Obviously, Collingwood and Essendon have them, but I'm pretty sure Richmond, Melbourne do too. Because they've a regular Anzac Eve. Well. Yep. But I'm not sure about the GWS and Brisbane.
No, they definitely had one because Kelso brought one of their jerseys. It was electric.
Oh, yeah, it looked awesome.
GWS put out.
Yeah, send a photo through to Egi, Kelso, when you can. I think that every game for the Anzac weekend should have it. They all do the pre-game Anzac respect anyway. I think that they should just have it on their jumper. So great question, Kelso.
And Jeff, yes, for all the jumpers. That's from Doc. Carlton Flags, it would be good. Kelso, you're welcome. Egi, Kelso Lions had one. Flaggers, bit disappointed in their jumper. Obviously, Carlton's one, and GWS was home.
I was too, Flaggers, to be honest. At least Geelong had the little symbol. But all right, we'll keep moving. We're
running to get you in, Tazzy.
Through time. So Turtle Burger 144, one of our good friends, Turtle, has put in here, is Isaac Heaney better than the Bont and the best player in the game currently? Who wants to take that?
That's a two-parter. He's definitely not better than Bontempelli. This season, he is.
I agree with that.
Bont's a better player, but this season, Heaney is. And at the moment, it's out of him and Jared Cameron for the best player in the comp, I think. But I think he's in front.
I would agree with that wholeheartedly. I think that's a cracking question, though.
That is a great question.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think definitely out of Heaney and Cameron. I think Heaney's leading the Brownlow, and not far behind him would be... I don't think Cameron would get enough votes.
No, Cameron wouldn't be in the vote.
But I think Sarong would be up there as well.
Sarong, you've got Sarong, then you've got the Gold Coast boys. There's too many of them. They're all stealing votes off each other. But Rao's probably close as well.
Yep.
But yeah, I definitely think Heaney's leading it.
Yep.
Do you think now that he won't go against like marking contests because everyone's getting scrubbed out, he might step back and go against...
No, he's still been flying at everything, and that's what's going to be disappointing when one of these guys, because Cripper's a good overhead mark, Heaney's a good overhead mark, and when it costs one of them the Brownlow, I think we'll see it settle down.
Yeah, agreed with that. Actually, Cripper's probably another one who he hasn't been. He's not one of the best players in the comp, but he's been one of the best for Carlton in their wins, so he might poll pretty well too. But anyway, back on to the question. So, talking everything AFL. Thank you so much for submitting this question. If you haven't checked out his Instagram, definitely do, and his YouTube. Question is it time for the Crows to debut Curtin? He had 30 disposals and a goal in the Sandful this weekend.
Do you want to take this one, or you want me to go? We'll let Egi go.
I reckon, because they've been very hot and cold this year, and I think they need... If he can come in and do the same thing that Charlie Reid's...
Yeah, there's massive raps on him.
I think he was recruited as a halfback which I don't know why Adelaide were recruiting it, because they've got Hinge, they've got 3 or 4 players across that halfback. So when they took Curtin, it was a surprise for me.
Yep.
But I would have had him in round 1. You've got a young side, you're not performing real well. Get him in there, get games under his belt, and just see what the kid can do. You're not making finals this year. You're 2-5.
Is this going to, like, him playing in the Sandful, though? Are they trying to really prep him, or are they changing his role? Maybe they're trying to make him more of a
Maybe
midfielder.
they're changing him
Because he was recruited in the back line, but he did play plenty on the ball.
He was recruited as a mid-back. So
Yes.
he was a defender, but he played his under-18 football in the midfield.
Yeah, absolutely. Just catch up on chat here. Assassin's got Carlton fell out of play. Fell out of place. Flaggers, watch Cripper and Fat Controller. Who does he take out, though? It's a good point. They've got Rankin going through there, Saligo going through there, Crouch. Does Crouch get put on the outer again?
But Crouch's been playing too well too. He'd be going into that defence or forward line, and then who are you taking out? That's right. Why it was a very weird positional choice for me, Curtin, because they traded up to get Curtin.
They did indeed.
So Curtin probably would be better suited another team, and he's probably going to be one of them hard luck stories that it takes him a year to break into the team, then ends up somewhere else.
Potentially.
Whereas any other club in that top 8 who had picks, he'd probably be starting.
Hawks he'd be starting, Eagles he'd be starting, North he'd be starting. Yeah.
If he went to any other team except Adelaide, he's probably starting.
I'd say most teams.
Yeah. Oh, anyone who had a top 10 pick though. Melbourne, they'd probably be playing him forward.
Yeah, true.
Role, but they have trouble in the forward, and he's pretty tall, pretty good overhead mark. So,
but I think he'll get maybe a game here and there, depending on injuries. But then you've also got Rory Sloane to come back in as well.
Yeah, exactly right. Like their midfield's pretty stacked as well, and they've got a lot of season play. So they might have recruited him thinking when Ye leaves, he can come in.
Yep.
Because Sloane probably doesn't have much left. Rory Laird's getting on in age. Tex Walker. How many more's he got?
Yep. Their backline's pretty young, though, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Their backlines. So he's going to have to play mid or forward.
Yeah, I could see that. But talking everything AFL, thank you so much for your question, mate. Really appreciate it.
That was a good one. I like that one.
That was a good one.
All right. Artie. I haven't seen him in chat tonight. He might be having some quality time with his family. He has got here, it's more of an exclamation. Free kick Geelong is real.
Yeah, do you know what the free kick count is between Geelong and Carlton? Or?
Carlton won the free kick count.
Oh.
Yes, when he's saying this, like when I looked at this question and it come up, I was like, did he see Carlton North Melbourne? It was 35 to 19, I think.
If you're not here now and you happen to watch this during the week, we want an explanation.
Yeah, because like that game was umpired pretty fairly, in my opinion. I thought it was not too bad.
I'm just trying to find the free kick count.
I'm pretty sure it was 9 to 12 or something.
10 to Geelong, 14 to Carlton.
Yeah, so it's like they've won it again, but
like every game,
not umpired poorly.
Like every game, there's missed calls, there's bad calls. It's just the way footy is at the moment. So, all right. Carlton,
just catch up on chat. He needs
sure.
to be fitter to go mid forward. That's some Fat Controller music. So I think that's about Curtin.
That's about Curtin. Yeah, certain for Curtin. So, Carlton _Flaggers 2024. Any Carlton supporters, jump into his Instagram. Very, very informative, and really great person too. So, how can Carlton fix their goal accuracy woes? Can I take this one?
Yeah.
You can have this one, mate.
Do whatever the hell Harry Mackay did.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to talk to Harry.
See, I don't think it's a problem. The problem would be not getting shots.
Yeah.
The accuracy will come. It's just repetition. You go to training, you kick goals.
Yeah.
But you're going to miss goals. But getting the 30 shots a game would be pleasing him more than kicking like 15-1. I think he's happy kicking 15-15 rather than kicking 15-1.
I think the players are sort of panicking a little bit when they get the ball in the forward 50 and they're just slamming it on the boot. I know you've got to be quick in AFL. I get that. But there's also been times where they've taken a mark and instead of going back with a set shot, they've played on. You know, do you know what I mean? Just silly
But
decisions
that's just getting in the head too, because it's I can't miss this. I can't miss this. I can't miss this. But
Yeah,
you
correct.
settle down. You take your time. Football's a pretty easy game if you think about it.
Absolutely, it is. Because I think, just give me 2 seconds here.
You've just got to, you take your time. You think about it. It's don't know. It's all
So
in their head at the moment. So you keep kicking goals. You keep kicking points, but
the lowest
more
score they
shots you
kicked
get.
is 73, and that was against Freo, who we know they just suffocate you.
Yeah.
Every other game has been 86 or higher. So they definitely know how to score now. It's just a matter of kicking a bit straighter than what they have been.
Which that'll come. Repetition.
Yeah, that's right. Great question, Flaggers, and thank you for submitting again. Now, I'm not trying to play favourites here, but I thought this question was really, really good. Now, it's from Doctor_77. I did see him in chat earlier. Doc, if anyone else was coaching North Melbourne instead of Clarkson, would their job be under pressure? I actually really like this question.
I've been calling for his head for 3 weeks, as you boys well and truly know. I think his job should be under pressure. Yes, I highly do. But I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. I think he's had a bit of drama over the past couple of years, like off coaching sort of stuff. I think it was coaching. I think that sort of played. He was out for half the season. Like, sort of come in with the story still over his head this year. I think he's got steps to need on where he wants to be. He's got the picks in that for it. Like a wheels in motion.
But I know, like it's always darkest before the dawn. But the thing that's frustrating me and a lot of North supporters in the chats is the positional change. Like he said, Sheasel, he wants to get him in the middle. Why not have him in the middle? What's like we need to keep so we don't get scored at he needs to be in halfback. But it's not teaching him anything.
Yeah.
Like put the players where you want the players to play so they can learn how to play that position.
He did put in there late in the game on the weekend, but it was too late. Like
it was 3
no
clearance. It was 3 centre bounces he attended. But
that's
when
it,
you
was
say
it?
he put him there late, yeah, he went in there I think 3 or 4 times, and then he was back to halfback in the last quarter.
Oh,
was there any change when he was in there, or?
So Warlaw was off the ground. So as soon as Warlaw come back on, he was back. Oh, do you mean from him? I think he had 2 or 3 clearances.
Yeah, and was the team go any better, or it's hard to tell?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell then because the game was dead.
Yeah, it's just junk time, really. As soon as North are 30, 40 points down, it's just junk time for the rest of the game, and that could be second quarter.
And it's but that's where we got killed out of the midfield.
Yeah,
I just don't understand it. You've also got he moved Dersma, moved him forward this week. Dersma kicks 2 goals and took a couple of good marks.
Yep, Dersma needs to play forward.
That's where he needs to play. Gets a lot of pressure off the long dump out kick.
To answer the question, I don't think his job's I don't think he's under pressure. I think it's basically his first season. I think there's a few players that he actually isn't a fan of, and I think you might see them do a bit of a clean out like Carlton did about 10 years ago, and quite significant list changes to get the players in with the personalities that they want. So you could see some changes, some trades coming up over the next 1-2 years. But it must be frustrating for him as well, you know, seeing the really poor skill issues of some of the players,
the potential
senior players. Like Jai Simpkin, I think he's the most overrated player at the moment. He's got hands of butter. He can't pick the ball up. He doesn't go as hard as he used to, and that's fair enough because of his concussions. But I just don't think that he's AFL quality anymore.
And that's what I watched a bit of this on the boat, but that's what they were saying. When North was clean, it was electric.
Yep.
When they were clean, they're scoring, but when they're not clean, because they attack from so far back in defence with everyone running out, that when it turns over, they're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
But to answer the question, if that was, I might put this in a different way so we try and answer it, but he said if it was anyone but Clarko, so say Bevo was coaching North Melbourne now, making these mistakes, is he's gone next year?
I don't think so.
I think he would be.
Yeah, I think any other coach except for maybe Sam Mitchell, their job would be on the line to an extent.
Yeah.
Because I also think that if it was this exact same position, it's realistically his first season.
Yeah, but then, I understand. Yeah.
So I think any coach would probably have another year or two. But yeah. All right, we'll keep moving on, but that is the end of viewer questions. So thank you very much, everyone who has submitted questions. We'll try and get to 4 or 5 every week, but please keep sending them through. You can do it via text. You can do it via voice. We'll love any of them coming through.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Time for tipping.
Do we want to catch up on chat?
Yes, we can. Carlton Flags, but wasn't the worst umpired game. I think that was referring to
Carlton Geelong.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Assassin's got no panicking. Charlie Keno is the culprit of playing on.
Yep.
Get the likes up. The likes up, chat. Only 2 at the moment. Ooh.
Thanks, Assassin.
Go, boys.
Love that shout out, mate. Thank you.
It's like TikTok. You got to tap it.
Yeah, just keep going.
You know who's really good at doing that? Lonely single guys.
Tapping it.
Yeah.
What are you on about,
mate? Todd would know.
All right. A lot of TikTok from me. A lot of TikTok. Oh, Eggy, we've got your tipping.
All right, perfect round. First in line, we got John Nolan at 2,000. He's 2,000. He got 9 right with 3.
So are we counting the draw as a perfect round?
Absolutely.
We're giving away the draw.
Well, when in the options could you pick the draw? When you do your tipping, can you pick the draw?
You actually can.
I don't believe you can.
Oh, you can't in this league? A lot of leagues you can.
Yep.
You can't. That's why it gives a win to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
So we got John Nolan. He's first in line. Then we got Ali 5. He's got 8 with the 8. We got Platinum with 8 and 9. The second number is the differential for the first game. And then Bros is there with 8 and 11. I think Bros is a regular for the show compared to the other ones. So
and he's in chat actually at the moment.
He's definitely in chat. So if you watch the show, the other boys, or you're in chat, just make yourself known.
Between now and Wednesday,
I think
9 p.m.
It's on to watch, but otherwise, Bros is going to take away the 35.
Absolutely. And if you do, Brozo, congratulations. We'll let you know as of either late Wednesday night after 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight savings time.
And
We're not daylight anymore.
And make sure you do, because my wife down in the 11th is eagerly awaiting to.
Yeah, well, Bros is definitely here. I've seen him post before.
Yeah,
so we've got Bros. Stephen Brosnahan it is. So.
Yep. Fantastic.
Yes, for the tipping, we got Mahogany 8. Actually, get that up behind us while we're talking about it.
And this was done prior to the Swans game finishing, by the way.
Yeah, yes. But
Yeah. But
everyone chose the Swans, so that's why there's only 1 point extra. You'll see the points
Rossa, hello, Cash. Yeah, Rossa, your shit.
Mahogany 8's on 48. We got the Persian Foodworks also on 48, and G-Raw on 48, and Oscar Kilo also on 40.
Oh, G-Raw's slipping down the table.
It's going backwards. Did you know Dunny had a theory during the week, and he's done this too. You know how we reckon why tipping keeps changing?
Yeah.
He says Tads is the admin.
No, I'm the
admin. This is Dunny's theory. Taz is the admin, and he's deliberately changing mine tips so G can win because he's not allowed to win the money. That was Dunny's theory. He's throwing Tazzy right under the bus.
All right, when I come to visit next time, I'm going to bring some foil, aluminium foil. He can wrap it around that head of his.
Sorry, boys. I am the admin for it. So
the admin.
And if you look at me and my wife, I think I'm placed 35th. And Haley's down at 29th, so I don't know we're going to make it, but if we make a late charge, I'll be looking out.
But that was Dunny's theory that Taz is rigging the system, get his wife to cash because he can't win it.
I love that. Thanks, Dunny. Appreciate it, mate.
That's the wrap, boys. I do want to do an honourable mention that Taz has made his way into the top 10 for the thing.
Don't say that.
Oh.
Donny's going to think
look,
I'm
here
rigging
comes
it.
the admin, Dunny. Don't worry about the tinfoil hat, Dunny. You got a thing on here, mate. I reckon he's telling a bit of truth. Everybody's running a bit of cover here.
Yeah.
Oh.
We do live dangerously close, so maybe he's coming in and updating it on the computer while I'm at work.
No, only
Dunny's
come and
just
watch you
sent
sleeping.
a very violent message to me there off screen. So
I do wonder why he's messaging me in the morning. Sometimes, are you at work today? I said, yes, I am. Why? Now I know why. He's coming over to change.
come over to change blood tips.
Oh goodness! Hopefully, you guys in chat get as much of a laugh out of this sort of stuff as we do, because we love it. We love it. I think we should catch up on chat before we wrap up. I got tears actually from that. That's great.
Yeah, no, I'm laughing a bit too. Pretty funny.
All right, where are we at? So, Stephen Boston. Oh no, the doc. The show is brilliant. Thank you so much, Doc.
You,
we
Doc.
appreciate your kind words, mate, and appreciate you tuning in. He's also put, thank you for answering my question. Not a problem, mate. Shoot one through whenever you want. And Stephen Bosnan, show me the money. I think he's getting a bit excited there, mate.
Getting a bit early, excited. But I think I've never seen John add or platinum in chat. So if these dudes do watch the show, make sure you like it.
I did a bit of a dirty though.
Yeah.
On the footy tipping site, I actually posted on the wall saying, "Tune in, guys."
Tune in. He's just maybe he's giving it away, but if you guys tune in, make sure you tune in weekly.
I didn't even think
very entertaining.
The show.
Yeah.
But that's all right. LD Assassin, great show. Thanks so much, mate. Really appreciate it. Flaggers, thanks, guys. Once again, another great show. Lots of laughs. Fantastic. And George Speechley, that's a familiar name. Good show, guys.
Where do we know him from?
Don't know. I think I've known him a few too many years.
Too many.
Good that you've got the tablet or your phone working though now, Dad.
I really like the new orange shirt as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's got the fluoro orange shirt. It's like fantastic, isn't it?
That little twirl that you did, that was very flamboyant of you.
It was. I just like to mention that I am married, but sorry, I would have enjoyed it a lot more.
Love it.
We've got Brozza, all right, guys. Most weeks. Yes, Brozza, thank you for tuning in, mate. As always, thanks everyone for tuning in.
And if you haven't already, please like this show, the video, the live, whatever you call it. Look, we're just three blokes trying to have a bit of a good time here and bring you guys along for the ride. If you're not following us on our socials, shame on you. No, please do. We love it. We'll post it in the chat. And yeah, thanks very much, everyone. Let's hope next round is another explosive week of footy.
Go North, eh?
Go North, see you all.